this company was created with one goal in mind, and that was to provide exclusive, unique, and memorable travel experiences for all of our customers. If you can't tell by the name, we focus on traveling throughout Europe. Today we're going to talk to you specifically about a German excursion. And unlike a typical German sightseeing excursion, this one is going to focus on the Bavarian Alps and a skiing and snowboarding trip. So you'll be traveling to the Bavarian Alps in the ski season there. And we'll be taking you to a lot of places that a lot of people really only ever dream of seeing. And if you can tell, so this is a woman here in Berlin. This is on a different excursion of ours. Right there on the right is a picture of the skier in the Bavarian Alps, so you can expect similar views, which are incredible. And just a quick look at how this trip's going to go. So this is a map, and I know most of you are probably not familiar with how the layout of Germany is as a country, so customers will receive a more detailed map. But we're going to fly into Frankfurt, kind of a centralized city, and we'll make our way down to some mountain towns. And then right here, the southern border of Germany is where the Bavarian Alps are. That's where all the renowned skiing is usually located at. And so we'll be going to a mountain called Zugspitze, which is located here in this ski slope map, and then another mountain called Nebelhorn, and that's where travelers will be spending most of their time skiing or snowboarding. If you're not huge on that, you can hike, snowshoe, snowmobile. There'll be other things for you to do, hang out at the resort spas or whatnot. Located on the right over there is a picture of Zugspitze Mountain, so that's the kind of views you can expect. The ski slopes, if you're an intermediate skier, if you're an advanced skier, there's a lot for you. There's a lot to offer. Looking forward, preparing for the trip, it's just the basics of traveling anywhere else around the world. You need a passport or some sort of international ID like that. Many occasions you might need credit cards, cash if you want to buy souvenirs for your family, all that. And then lastly, I won't go into it in too much detail, but just a quick rundown of what the trip will look like. It's going to be a 14-day trip, so we would leave February 1st and return February 14th. We depart from Denver, and we'll spend that day traveling. Then we'll settle into Frankfurt, and from there we'll start driving down towards the southern end of the Bavarian Alps, and we'll spend most of the middle chunk of the trip, skiing and snowboarding, and sightseeing as well. And then travelers will have time also to just spend their time how they want. And I'll let my colleagues take it over from there. Switch things up. Yeah.
So we got a cost breakdown here on some of our adventures. There is a variable in the transportation here. This trip is pretty popular. We get anywhere from 20 to 35 people go. So as the more people that sign up, you'll notice that transportation costs will go down as well. We have our own bus that we have set aside. So the cost varies on the transportation. But Zugspitze, the resort there's not much cost in the food, because it's all inclusive resort. In Nebelhorn as well, there are a few nights we go out to some restaurants and pubs and do a tour, so there's a little bit extra there. But for the most part, it's pretty effective way to travel and stay somewhere, with the inclusive resorts. Average cost per day is about $318 for your 14 days, which is reasonable when you're out of the country. Anything you want to say?
Okay, so Tim just talked about what the cost is going to look like. As he said, the bus is a variable expense. The more people we get to go on it, for the events that are going to go on, like Austin said, we're going to be spending most of our time in Zugspitze, which is also a glacier. It's one of the few in the world that still has a glacier to actually ski on. But there are also, if you're not inclined to go skiing, let's say you're just a spouse, you don't know how, one of your friends loves to ski and you're going with them, but you don't know how to ski, there are plenty of things to do around the Zugspitze. There's a little town called Garmisch. It's got a very beautiful area, lots of shops, restaurants to go look at. And probably about half an hour's drive north is a monastery, which houses St. Peter's Basilica, which is a very, very beautiful monastery. I've actually personally been there. So just, there's a lot to do in the area surrounding